this is for someone who has been asking for a message, who has been manifesting a message for themselves. And I just want to say thank you for trusting me, because your energy was an open book to me. And I definitely don't take that lightly. And so I really hope that this brings you the confirmations that you need, the clarity that you need, and that it just sort of lifts your spirits as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. I have picked up on a really unique high priest or a high priestess, and I picked up something really different about you, which is that you have dealt with a lot of destiny swapping in your life. And I mean, I've picked up on that before, but it was like overwhelming in your energy. Like you have dealt with it your whole life. And it feels like it's given you a pretty thick skin. Like maybe it used to bother you when you were younger, when you didn't really quite know what was going on. But now that you do, that awareness plus having gone through it so much has really given you a very thick skin, which I feel like is serving you well at this point in your life, and especially moving forward. And I do think that you know this, that a part of the reason why you have dealt with so much destiny swapping is because not only are you so different, like from anyone else, it's probably why, you are so loved and people want to be around you. And it's this like love and hate thing, it's very confusing when you don't know what is going on. But when you realize that this has so much to do with the way that you just naturally are only embodying your essence alone, only walking in your essence alone. And it's just you doing what you want to do. Like even your style is different, even when you're casual, it seems to stand out and be unique because you just don't follow any trends, you don't follow any fads. You really just do what you like. You do what speaks to your heart, what comes directly from your consciousness. It is purely your essence. Being a copycat of any kind is just the absolute farthest from who you are. And again, this is very natural, and this also really gives someone who has really embodied alignment for most of their life too. So I get that a lot of the things that you do and you work on and you want and you pursue or attract, there's again just this natural energy and natural flow to it. When you're in alignment the way that you are, there's like this momentum to it. There's not a lot of stagnation, even if it looks like to the outside world that you don't have a lot going on. This is just because you know better. You don't tell everyone your plans. And in those moments of quiet, you are still working on something, learning something, perfecting your craft, or even, making rest somehow productive. You're using it to meditate, you're using it to heal. You really are just proactive about everything, and that's why there's just not a lot of stagnation. There's just mostly a natural momentum to you. And the other thing too is why these destiny swaps have never been successful is because of you being in alignment. It's like being in alignment plus faith. You are someone that you believe in the universe, you believe in God, you have faith, and I believe that this is something that has always kept you grounded. It's never left you. You know that you've never been alone, even if it might look like to others that you are. And maybe why your protection gets underestimated. Okay, I was getting that as well. But again, this is one of those things to where, you are actually really not to be messed with because of your alignment and your faith, and it really is just those two things combined. And when you know like what is for you and how to stay in your own lane and things like that, and you're not like swayed from who you are easily, this like makes destiny swapping absolutely impossible. And it really is that simple. And so I really am getting even just sort of a carefree nature about you too when it comes to this. Okay, you are aware of your protection. And it's almost like, okay, I'm getting like a little bit of a sense of humor about it for you too, that you're very aware of your protection. It's just, again, not something that you need to yell out loud. You just kind of let people make whatever mistakes they're going to, and then whatever is dealt after that, again, you're just on about your merry way, aren't you? So again, you are someone that you do know how to move in silence, okay? You're always getting downloads, always getting new information. You're very connected to your heart here as well. You're very passionate. But I did get something interesting, that you may have been ghosted recently. And I do feel like there was some high hopes there. I was getting that it seemed really abrupt. I am getting that it may have opened up some old abandonment wounds. Okay, so you've needed a little time to recover from this. But what you need to know about, and I do feel like this was already pinged on your intuition as someone who has been watching you, okay? They may have even been aware of the situation and then noticed a difference in your energy, okay? Because I am getting that this person is very intuitive, okay? Very emotionally intelligent, okay? I'm getting equal, okay? I'm getting something about like September maybe is when your intuition got pinged that this person was watching you. It's really giving secret admirer, okay? Because I'm really getting a very good energy from this person, okay? It's just that they're a little bit shy about coming forward, okay? There is a little bit of fear of rejection there. Hold on, I'm getting some like birthdays, maybe like the 2nd, the 20th, the 29th. But this person, they've been like watching like your social media accounts, okay? They've really been like paying attention to you, keeping up. They're going over conversations in their head. They fantasize about like, running into you like at the grocery store or something like that. Okay? This person is going to reach out. They are going to make a move. It's just that they're slow to do so, but they're very passionate. Okay? Which I really like that energy, someone very thoughtful. They're not going to let like this fear ultimately stop them and get in the way. But this person, okay, I feel like they have dealt with a lot of like ghosting, a lot of like high hopes and then getting like the rug ripped out from underneath them. Okay, so that's why this person is just moving a little bit slow, but again, not letting this fear stop them. So we like that. Okay, it's like you're inspiring them as well. Like when they can notice the difference in your energies and you take the time to heal and recover, I feel like that somehow like encourages them. They recognize themselves in you and your ability to take care of each other's hearts here. They're very romantic, okay? They're an earth angel also. Yeah, you could, I don't know if you even want to maybe encourage them a little bit, liking a video or something like that. I don't know why I'm getting that also. And I was also picking up on something about 3 to 6 weeks. It feels close because, again, this whole thing just really felt like an open book to me. I don't know why I kept getting that as well. Maybe you like to read. Maybe they do. Okay? But I really loved this. This was really sweet, really romantic. I feel like both of you just, I'm picking up on just really, really sweet hearts. Like, yeah. And a sweetheart has to be with a sweetheart. or at least, you know, someone really, really strong and who can take care of that sweetheart really, really well. So, okay. I really hope that this helped. Please do let me know in the comments. I just am so grateful for y'all. I hope that you are really enjoying your holiday season. Happy holidays from me to you. Always pulling for you, always rooting for you. And I will see y'all in the next one.